What is up, guys? Del Boy here. So on the undercard of Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev, we have another heavyweight fight. We've got the fight between Dillian Whyte and Robert Helenius. The vacant WBC silver heavyweight title is going to be on the line here, and for short notice, it's a good fight. Dillian Whyte has been looking for an opponent for quite some time. Originally, I know they wanted Lucas Brown for this bill, but Lucas Brown didn't want the fight, and they've been going through guys trying to get the fight, and it is Robert Helenius. So on short notice, I think it's quite good. Helenius has got a decent record, 25 wins, 1 defeat, and he is coming into the ring with some sort of ambition, because ultimately a win here would lead to further big fights and big paydays. So he's not coming here to cash out, in my opinion. He's gonna go there to win. But I have to say, I don't think this version of Robert Helenius is the same guy he was sort of 6 or 7 years ago. I really don't. Ever since that Chisora fight, he's not been the same. In that Chisora fight, he got a bad hand injury. I think he suffered that hand injury in round 1, where he actually buzzed Chisora, and after that, he just couldn't fight with that hand. His hand was messed up, and he also had promotional issues. And since he came back from that Chisora fight, he's looked awful. He got knocked out against Duhapar, who's not a particularly great fighter. He's a good Euro level fighter, but that's it. And Helenius hasn't looked like that same guy who was knocking out Samuel Peter and Lamont Brewster back in the day. And I'm not saying those wins were great, but because those guys were past their best, but Helenius, at the very least, was looking like a fringe contender, Right now, you'd have to say he's around European level. He's not that same guy. So, all in all, short notice, it's a good fight. Dillian Whyte is going to have to be on his P's and Q's early on, because that's when Helenius' power is most telling in the first 3 or 4 rounds. After that, I've noticed his power does start to fade, especially this version of Helenius. Back in the day, he did carry his power quite well to the late rounds. But right now, in recent fights, I felt his power isn't quite what it was, especially after the early rounds. So Dillian needs to be cautious in the first few rounds, pick his spots, don't force the openings, don't give Helenius any sort of free shots, and after sort of rounds 4 and 5, then start to go to work, try to get to that body, test that chin, that is a bit suspect. Good fight. The power dynamic of Robert Helenius is going to make him a live dog, because he does hit hard. But I just feel that this isn't the same guy who was on the come up a few years back. I don't think it's that same guy anymore. And I've said that for quite some time. Ever since that Chisora fight, he's just not been that same guy. So, decent fight for what it is. 2 weeks notice? To be quite honest, I wasn't expecting someone this good, to be quite frank. But yeah, it's a good fight for Dillian Whyte at this stage. A tall guy, they have a type of guys he needs to be fighting, because it's going to get him used to fighting those guys like Joshua in a rematch or Deontay Wilder. So yeah, decent bit of matchmaking. Could be a fun fight. Looking forward to it. I like Dillian Whyte a lot, so I'm looking forward to seeing him fight. What do you guys think? Peace.